Cafe Anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hello there, it's Mike Matthews, and this is FF episode 2381, and the show called
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hey, and here we are. I got interrupted yesterday, but today I am here and I'm going to sing for you. Did you get near my website, the last show, and check it out? Mike's Daily Podcast is where you can go and scout the Mike's Daily Podcast picture and see me with patches.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's a lovely picture of me and another cat. Now, the cat that you'll see
Mike's
with the podcast picture today
Daily
is Rodler.
Podcast.
And he's on the roof.
Yeah!
Because that's what you do when you're a cat. Dogs are very horizontal, cats vertical, and they get on roofs. So you can see that picture at mikesdailypodcast.com. I'm a little bit ahead of myself right now, because I'm here today to tell you about something that's revolutionary, and that is fruit. What? Those things in trees that I sometimes eat, and they're full of good things? Yes, but we forget how good they are for us. A bowl of citrus, if you add that to your table, will it help you see better? I don't know. I heard the carrots are good for that. But I'm putting on the cheater glasses right now because I've got the LASIK eye surgery, but it's been well over a decade now, so sometimes I need these guys to help me. Add a bowl of citrus to your table in the winter, and the smell and color of the zesty fruit might transport you mentally to a place of warmth and sunshine. By the way, we had so much sunshine today. It was so nice. Oh, gosh. The amount of sun we had. It was a summer day, and people were...
And here's today's podcast picture.
People were acting like it. They were driving around like... Really, they were like as fast as they could go up and down the streets of Hayward near Podcaster Valley, where we're broadcasting from. Cafe Anyway, the last place on earth. The podcast picture, yes, is of Rodler going vertical. See it at mikesdailypodcast.com. We are fortunate to have vitamin-rich citrus fruits close at hand. Your body, when you eat that fruit, will benefit from all the vitamins and fiber the fruit contains. That's right, the late great Basil the Boxer. I will put a picture of you on the next one. I promise. The late great Basil the Boxer. Soon. I was going to put one of you, and I just didn't. 2 years ago, things were getting kind of rough with Basil. He could no longer walk. I had to carry him everywhere. He still ate, still had a pretty good appetite. We still would take him. In fact, we met some friends at the park one day with him. But as you will recall, 2 years ago was right at the beginning of the pandemic. So not the best of times. But yeah, we took him out quite a bit. He got to see the outside world. But it was tough for him because he had degenerative myelopathy, which is sort of like, I guess, multiple sclerosis, or, some kind of nerve disease. And then, he just couldn't stand up anymore. But we will have a picture of him soon. In his better days, his happier days, his halcyon days, I'll have some pictures for the next podcast and podcasts in the future. We are fortunate to have vitamin-rich citrus fruits close at hand, especially in the winter. And many are available year-round, from oranges, grapefruits, clementines, lemons, limes, to the lesser-known pomelos and seedless lemons. There are more than 100 varieties of citrus. And I recently inadvertently purchased a whole bag of limes. and they taste good in so many things. They really enhance the flavor of whatever you're making. Except if you were making something with chocolate. That may not work. Or pancakes. I don't think limes work well with pancakes, but I could be wrong. Pomelo's the largest citrus at about 10 inches wide. Tastes like a sweet version of their grapefruit cousin, and they're eaten similarly. Kumquats, they're the smallest citrus, averaging 1 inch in diameter, are enjoyed with or without the peel, roasted or in marmalades. I remember eating those. I haven't seen any kumquats lately. But yeah, you can actually eat the skin. Lots of fiber, lots of vitamins going on. Citrus is a great addition to just about any recipe. It can be used fresh, baked, grilled, roasted, sauteed, or juiced. And a trend that is happening is that citrus is being used to add flavor to coffee. Yes, have you had one of those lattes, like a chocolate orange coffee? But this is like actually adding citrus to coffee. Another unique way to use citrus is to use the whole fruit, from candied peels to juice to zest to segments. The ways to enjoy citrus are endless. Candied peels, which can be made from a variety of citrus such as oranges, lemons, grapefruits, and especially easy to peel clementines, can be eaten out of the hand, used in baking or in garnish in drinks. Citrus fruits are a great source of vitamin C, potassium, folate, calcium, all kinds of minerals and vitamins. They also are rich in flavonoids, known for their beneficial anti-inflammatory effects. If you can get anti-inflammatories into your body, oh, your body will be so thankful. Flavonoids are part of the refreshing spray that tickles your nose when you pull away the fruit's peel. Citrus can even work as an alternative for salt. If you're trying to cut the salt down in your diet, as we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. Just use a squeeze of lemon and a place of salt, and you'll never miss the salt. This, according to Laura Bodie. She's based in Washington, the state, and this was from the Costco connection. Which, hey, I just gave him a plug. Now I'm going to give him a slug. How on earth did you end up making me inadvertently buy limes? But thank you for the limes. But how did that happen? All of a sudden, I see a bag on the conveyor belt. And the lady asked me, is these your limes? Or she didn't even ask that. She said, is this yours? Had she said, are these your limes? I probably would have said, no. No. But this is episode 2381, Mike's Daily Podcast. I can take these awful cheater glasses off because I cannot see anything unless it's right in front of my face. All right, there's something interesting going on in the world of, well, Republicans. I don't know if you heard this today, but the Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell is criticizing the Republican National Committee for censoring two House GOP lawmakers investigating the violent insurrection that happened on January 6th of 2021, saying it's not the party's job to police the views of lawmakers. As former President Donald Trump has downplayed the attack by his supporters last year, the worst attack against the Capitol in 2 centuries, the RNC last week took a voice vote to approve censoring Liz Cheney of Wyoming, a Republican, and Adam Kinzinger of Illinois. I believe Adam is actually he's a hero. There was a woman that was attacked, I think in Illinois, Chicago somewhere, and he saw this and he attacked the guy that attacked her. I think she was stabbed. So he apparently barricaded himself, if I'm getting the right representative correct, barricaded himself across the street from the Capitol when everything went down on January 6th. And he had a gun with him. He had a pistol. And he barricaded himself in the office. And he told his family and his coworkers, do not come to this thing. I know you want to see. This is before everything went crazy. So, yeah, he apparently is getting censured by his own party. Or that's what the talk is. The two Republicans sit on a Democrat-led House committee that is aggressively investigating the siege and has subpoenaed many in the former president's inner circle. This according to MSN.com and Mary Claire Jelinek of the Associated Press. This is an AP article. The RNC resolution censuring Cheney and Kissinger accused the House panel of leading a persecution of ordinary citizens engaged in legitimate political discourse. Words that drew outrage from Democrats and firm pushback from actually several Republican senators. The rioters who broke into the Capitol through windows and doors and brutally beat law enforcement officers and interrupted the certification of President Joe Biden's victory over Trump. And McConnell said it was a violent insurrection for the purpose of trying to prevent the peaceful transfer of power after a legitimately certified election from one administration to the next. He said he still has confidence in the Republican National Committee Chair, Ronna McDaniel, but, quote, the issue is whether or not the RNC should be sort of singling out members of our party who may have different views than the majority. That is not the job of the RNC. Interesting. So that's what's going on in the Republican Party, in the political world, as crazy as it is. Do you know they call Republicans social conservatives? Now, my mom, when I talk to her, I don't know how much Fox News. She doesn't watch Fox News. I know that. She's more of a Deutsche Welle watcher because she's from Germany, and Deutsche Welle, very fascinating channel. I watched something about autistic teenagers. I guess they were more like young adults that were going on a sailboat excursion. A sailboat excursion, and they were, discussing all the challenges that they face in life in general, but all being cramped together on a boat, how they acted. So, but when I talk to her, all I hear are the Fox News talking points. So I don't know if that's just a general thought process that's going on in the typical Republican, what she is saying. I remind you that my mom is an immigrant from another country. She came to America in the 60s, early 60s. And so this is how she feels. So I won't go into any more than that. Maybe I can have her on the show at some time to explain it, but I think that would be a very interesting show. We should try that. So we're outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. Look who's here.
Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, Chief Chef Supervisor. Oh my gosh, that's really troubling to hear all that stuff.
Yeah, about the Capitol and everything?
No, about juice and fruit. I don't eat enough fruit, Mike Matthews.
Yeah, that's another thing they say. You should just eat fruit and you shouldn't drink it. You shouldn't buy the juiced stuff in the store because you've heard that. It's full of stuff that you don't need. It's almost like drinking a soft drink. And who wants to do that? Look who else is here. Oh, delicious. Oh, we don't have the Brewmaster here with the root beer. Darn it. Because last time we had the black sesame seed drink, which was interesting. But look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer, Mike. Yeah, it's interesting how people rewrite history. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm all right. All right, well, yes. That's a whole another thing about history. History is written by the winners. Is that true? I don't know. We'll leave it with that. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Chime in. What do you think about all of that? 336MM Daily, 3 + 3 = 6. MM is in Mike Matthews, Daily is in what this podcast tries to be. Tune in next time for episode 2382. Hopefully we will get to that finally here in the month of February. Take us out, A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!